we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Good morning. So I thought today I could take you along for a very exciting Saturday, vlog our day and show you what we get up to. And we are getting up to some pretty epic things. We are doing our first ever house viewings, guys. First ever house viewings. This is a big step, this is a big day, and I'm buzzing about it. If you don't know, Ant and I currently live in London. We live in southwest London in an area which is really close to Wimbledon tennis. And we love it here. Ant has lived in this house for about 6 years. I've lived here with him for about 2.5 years. But we think it's about time that we start to take the steps to move out of the city, which is a really big deal. I've lived in London for the past 5.5 years of my life. And it feels a little bit crazy to be considering moving to the country, because I have admittedly fallen in love with London. My whole childhood and my whole teenage years, I was like, I will never live in London, I will never live there. I was raised in Yorkshire, I'm just not a city girl. Guys, I've definitely become a city girl and I love this city. But we are going to start looking at houses outside of the city. We're hoping to find a spot which is basically like the best of both worlds. So we have outdoor space, we're in the countryside, we have lots of nice fresh air, but we're also nice and accessible to London. We can get into the centre in hopefully about half an hour or so on a train. So that is the goal. We're going to do our first house viewings today. I think we have 4 or 5 house viewings. So we're throwing ourselves in the deep end. We're getting our foot in the door and let's see how today goes. This is a big day, guys. This feels really exciting. It feels like we're adulting. It feels like a really big step in life. So let's get going. So this is my outfit today. I have not worn a dress and a handbag since pre-lockdown, so this is a big moment. I feel quite fancy right now. So I have this little red ruffle dress, which is from an Australian brand called Kivari. This is a super old ASOS denim jacket, literally like maybe 4 or 5 years old. And this is my treasured Louis V. He's a little bit battered, he's been crammed into my cupboard for the past 6 months, so happy that he's back out. And yeah, I'll probably pop on some white trainers and let's get going. Good morning, Anthony Moore.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning, Zanna.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
You excited for today?
Yeah, I'm excited about looking at some places.
Me too.
I think you're more excited than me.
I can absolutely confirm that that is correct.
I don't think Zanna's not done the whole house buying process before, so
I'm not
she
aware
doesn't
of
know
the stress.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be stressful, but I'm still allowed to enjoy it.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Before we go and view our first house, we thought we'd explain to you what we're looking for in a house. So what are we looking for, babe?
We're looking for more space. Our current house has no outdoor space, so we want a garden. We want an open plan kitchen, living room
with
where
wiggle
it's a
room.
bit more,
Just wiggle room. We don't really have
place
much
to
wiggle
chill.
room.
Currently, our front room in our current place is my office / dining / living room.
Yeah.
And it's probably the size of a medium bedroom. So
it's a lot in one room.
Yeah.
So we're looking for somewhere with space for us just to be able to expand and have wiggle room to move around, hey?
Yeah.
So besides space, the main things that I view as looking for, correct me if I'm wrong, so garden, as Ant said, open plan kitchen, living, dining, and then good natural light, preferably a south facing garden, because then you get the sun throughout the day and into the evening, which would be really nice to have in the garden. We want a house where we don't have to refurbish it or do loads of work, which I know is going to make it a little bit harder for us, because often most houses you have to do quite a bit of work on it to make it fit what you want. But we know that once life picks back up after lockdown, we're going to be very busy, and the idea of refurbing a house makes us feel quite stressed. So you kind of want a house which is almost done and we only have to make a few small tweaks, if any. And our ultimate dream is to have a garage or a room which we can turn into a home gym.
Yeah.
That's a big bonus, but we would love to have the capacity to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't we?
Yeah.
We've really enjoyed working out at home during lockdown, and it would just be really convenient. And also, we're going to be living out in Surrey, which is outside of London, so we're not going to be like walking distance from a gym like we are now in London. So it just saves us a lot of time and be a lot more convenient to have an at-home room with some weights in, at-home gym.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Yeah, and we're looking in Surrey, aren't we, babe?
At the moment, yeah, we're looking in Surrey. I mean, Surrey's a big area, but I guess we're
Huge.
kind of narrowing it down to
A few
close-ish to where I grew up. The other thing is that we have to be close to a train station, and it has to have good transport links into London, because I'll be travelling in, I'll be commuting in like 5 days a week, 4 or 5 days a week. And
I'll be commuting in probably 3-4 days a week. So we really are focusing on good transport links. That's definitely key. So it's not a big list, is it? I mean, yeah, we're quite specific about what we want, so prepared for it to take a little bit of time for us to find the perfect house.
I think we'll know it when we see it. We'll walk in and we think this is the place, this is the one.
Yeah. So we have 4 viewings today.
Yeah, we got 4.
And we thought what we'll do is we'll go and do each viewing and then come back to the car and do a little bit of a debrief with you and let you know what we thought. How do you feel about that?
Feel alright, yeah.
Okay.
First one's in 15 minutes.
Let's get started. House number 1, recap. What did you think, Anthony Moore?
Positives were nice big open plan kitchen living room.
Kitchen living dining was perfect.
Yeah.
Like everything I ever imagined our kitchen living dining would be.
Yeah. Second positive was just obviously so much space.
Room for activities.
Yeah.
So much room for activities.
Garage we could turn into a gym.
Yeah, and there's a big upstairs like attic room which I could use for filming. It was perfect for filming. So there was definitely lots of positives, and the garden was a nice size. I mean, I would personally like a bigger garden, but then realistically, for maintenance purposes, it was actually a nice sized garden, and it just had a nice border which we could quite easily maintain.
Yeah.
The only other issue that I have is that it doesn't have a south-facing garden, and if you're going to like sit out with a G&T in the evening, which of course you don't do every day of the year, but when you do it, you'd like to be able to sit in the sun in the golden hour glow.
Yeah.
And you couldn't do that in the house because the garden is more north facing.
Yeah.
So that's something which wasn't perfect. So overall, we would say amazing house, but unsure if it's perfect.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah. It wasn't like we walked in and I was like, this is the place.
Yeah. Yeah. We didn't walk in and think like, wow.
I'm blown away.
Yeah. To be fair, the kitchen, living, dining, I walked through there and I was like, wow, this is house goals.
Yeah.
But every other part of the house, I was kind of like, oh, I'd maybe do this a bit differently, or oh, I'd maybe do that a bit differently. So didn't tick every single box.
And I kind of thought as well, because it was a new build, like, you know, you have a blank canvas and there's a few kind of awkwardy spaces, I think. Yeah. In the loft. You know, there was that kind of corridor down to get to the bathroom, which I was like, this is just a bit of a awkward space. Yeah. But it was still really nice. Obviously very high spec because it's a brand new house.
Yeah, I mean, it was all done brand new, very fancy. We'd have to do minimal work to it.
Yeah, just come in and just unpack basically.
So yeah, all in all, great, but not perfect. So let's do some more viewings and see what we think, shall we?
Yeah. Our next viewing's in about 2 hours.
So we're going to grab some lunch, aren't we?
Yeah.
And then
we just parked outside Waitrose.
The next house. Woo-hoo-hoo! So we have just spent the last couple of hours between viewings. Number 1, seeing Ant's family from a distance, which was very nice. Number 2, popping into an estate agent and actually registering for yet another viewing today. So we've just squeezed in a 5th viewing, which we're going to be doing later. And then number 3, walking down the local high street just to get a feel for the local area and see what we think about it. So now we're going on to our 2nd viewing. Should we go and have a look?
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Let's go. House viewing number 2 is done. We're doing the recap on the move because we have to drive quite speedily to the next house viewing, which is in 5 minutes. So, quick recap. I personally loved certain elements, like the kitchen, living, dining, opening onto the garden with the skylight was just dreamy. Again, like the last house, it was just a perfect layout. That particular room, the kitchen, living, dining, was just the dream. But then in my opinion, the rest of the house, there was a lot of things that we would have to change, especially pulling up all the carpets, redoing all the floors, changing all of the decor. Some of it was quite outdated, and as we said in the beginning of the video, for us, we don't want to have to do too much work to the house. Do you agree?
I concur.
You concur?
Yeah, fully on that.
But you think the back room was really nice?
Yeah, the back room, yeah, it was really, really nice. That was definitely the strongest point of the house. But I think in terms of coming in and unpacking and that's it, it's definitely not the sort of place that we're after.
All right, that's the quick recap done. On to house number 3. House number 3 recap. What are your thoughts, Anthony Moore?
Lovely owners. The place isn't to my liking, but it's a lovely house, like really nice road, really quiet, residential, but probably not for us. I think there's probably too much work that we'd want to do to get it to how we like it.
Yeah, it was just a bit awkwardly laid out. There was also a pool at the house, like a swimming pool, which for us I think would be far too much maintenance. It'd be very expensive to upkeep, and it's really hard to keep it clean, and it's not something that we really wanted in a house, having a pool. We thought we'd look at it to see what we thought, but when you see it, the owner was cleaning the pool, and I just thought to myself, do we want all of that upkeep cleaning a pool? I don't think so. That being said though, the owners were lovely and they just had so much energy, and we loved chatting to them. We literally were in that house for like an hour, weren't we?
Yeah, longer.
We got on so well with them and just had such a nice conversation. So it kind of makes us sad that it's not the right house for us. But yeah, just not quite right, sadly. All right, on to house number 4. So our final viewing for today just got cancelled. So the one that we just did was now officially our last one of the day. And what did you think?
Definitely the nicest house we've seen so far today. It's the one that I walked in and thought, oh, I could see myself living in. Definitely. I'm
obsessed and I want to move in. I just think it's absolutely perfect in every single way. I want to live in that house. So now I just have the job of trying to convince this guy that we need to live there. And then that's my thoughts. It's just perfect in every way. The kitchen, living, dining was perfect. Every room, it was just a perfect size house. The garden was perfect. South facing garden, good light, really near to the station, near to the woods. Everything was perfect. I want to live in that house. So leave it with me. I'm just going to try and convince him that we need to buy this house because I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I'm genuinely in love with that house.
Yeah.
It even has beams on it.
Yeah.
Haven't I always said, like, my dream is to have a house with, like, you know, like the Tudor style wooden beams on it? That's always been my dream, and it has them. So, guys, this house is the dream. So it's time for Ant and I to go home and have some serious chats, isn't it?
Yeah, we can go home and have a little chat about it.
Have a cup of tea and a chat, and see if we can make any further thoughts and decisions and whatnot.
Yeah, food for thought, definitely.
Lots of food for thought. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. That last house has got me so excited. So, okay, let's go home and let's continue the conversation there.
Yeah, okay, sounds good.
We've come home and we've had lots of conversations about the houses.
Yeah.
And what's the plan of action, babe?
The plan of action, we like the 4th house, so we're going to try and get a second viewing on that.
Yeah.
Apparently there's been a lot of interest in it. It only came onto the market a few days ago, but they've already had 4 viewings today.
Before us.
And 2 of those viewings were second viewings, so they're obviously got a lot of interest. So yeah. We need to act fast. We're getting the feeling that we need to act fast if we do like it. If we want it, yeah.
So we want to go and have a second viewing, hopefully Monday or Tuesday, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Yeah, and then if we want to put an offer in, we can put an offer in for it.
I feel like I'm really emotionally invested in this house, so I'm going to be absolutely heartbroken if somebody else gets it before us.
There's loads more, there's plenty more fish in the sea.
There's plenty more fish in the sea if we don't get this one. There's plenty more amazing houses we can find of you. Yeah. But fingers crossed, fingers, toes, legs, everything crossed. Right, it's time for some hummus, right?
She's invested in this property.
I'm so invested in this property. I want to live there. Anyway, let's have some hummus. You know us, hummus every damn day.
Hummus makes life taste better.
Hummus makes life. Hummus is life.
Hummus makes life better.
dreamy.
So Zanna's really excited. She's sat on the kitchen floor.
I'm literally losing my shit about this house. Babe, I really want to live there.
If this vlog goes live before we put an offer in and the owners see it, they'll be like, no,
she's crazy.
higher please.
I'm so obsessed with this house. It
She
just
is.
ticks every box. It's got it all, babe.
Yeah.
It's got
It's got a kitchen that's slightly bigger than this.
Oh yeah, just a little bit bigger than this kitchen. Just a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
I just can't. I just can imagine us living there.
It's hard, isn't it? When you can picture yourself living there.
I really hope we get it.
Let's see.
Fingers crossed.
Okay. Can we cook now because I'm hungry?
Yeah, I'm cooking. So Aunt's stepmom gave us some courgette fresh out of their garden. So we are going to make some courgette for dinner because I actually don't like courgette roasted or in other forms. The only form that I really like courgette is either grated into porridge so you can't taste it, or made into courgette and then covered in sauce and pesto and deliciousness. So we're going to do the latter for dinner. So I'm going to make some courgette, make some vegan meatballs, and yeah, tuck into that. Here we go, vegan meatballs with courgette, with Linda McCartney vegan meatballs. What do you think, babe?
Meatballs are good. Courgette's are good.
Courgette's good.
Mm.
Woo! Success. It is coming to the end of the vlog and I thought I'd just show you our dessert. So we have bowls of mango. Might also pop some raspberries in there as well because that feels like quite a small portion and I feel like I need more in my life. So we might have some raspberries as well. And then of course, a jug of tea. And we're going to end the vlog here. By the way, I just created a home account for Ant and I to document our house move and decoration and all of that journey over on Instagram. So I'll leave that linked down below for you guys if you want to come follow along on Instagram and see some stories of what we're getting up to with our house hunt. It'll be a really good fun thing to follow.
What's the handle?
It's called Our Surrey Nest. So yeah, come and follow us on Our Surrey Nest and follow the journey because we're really excited to share it. I think I'm the most excited one. You're coming along for the ride.
I'm excited, but I just don't show it.
Yeah, he doesn't show excitement, but I show double excitement to make up for that.
Double. More like 10 times the excitement.
Yeah, I get really excited. So, what do they need to do if they like today's video, babe?
If you like the video, give it a thumbs up.
How many likes do you want, babe?
700.
Guys, 700 likes. It's ambitious. Will we get there? Fingers, toes crossed. Please help us do that.
The 700 like can come over for welcome drinks.
They're not sure if that's the safest thing to be offering on the internet. But 700th like will get a big hug from us if you see us in person. Yeah, for sure?
Yeah, once it's allowed.
Yeah, once hugging's allowed and coronavirus has gone away. Anyway, then subscribe and leave a comment and do all of that good stuff. And we're really excited to take you guys along with our house move journey. So we'll be sharing it here on YouTube and also on our new home account on Instagram. So stay tuned. This is going to be a whole new chapter for us. And
it is, isn't it?
We're really excited about it. All right, guys, we'll see you soon. Bye, bye, bye.
Bye.